Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you so much for joining us into this program, Community Connect. Here we discuss social and economic issues that affect our communities, and we find solution to those issues that are in our communities. Thank you. Join with me in the studios a very important guest. I'll leave them to first introduce themselves.
Thank you very much, Stella, for this opportunity to have us participate into this discussion. I want to thank you and also the program. And plus the viewers, I want to say that my name is called Emmanuel Taban Peter Noah. Of course, I have worked with a number of institutions, organizations, but currently I'm working for ADRA. And again, I'm a leader in the church. And in the church, I also handle the family life the lectures to the church people. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Stella, for this wonderful program for the community empowerment in our families. As now I'm here participating. My name is Pastor Nathan Badwell. I work with the Greater Victoria field, and particularly in my department, I deal with the public relationship between the families and the community. And I'm so great to be part of this community empowerment.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Anait Agnes Wane. I'm happy to be part of this program. I work for Caring Hearts Initiative for Community Development South Sudan. I majorly deal with young women and girls, and also I'm a women's rights activist, a feminist, a very good feminist at that, who doesn't fight men but advocate for the spaces that we want to see women in all levels of participation. Okay, so I'm happy to be part of this program, and we are going to share more knowledge and experiences in regards to bride price. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, and I really appreciate my guests to be here. They are at their capacities to talk about this issue. I have been asking myself, what is bride price? Because it's a very major issue in our society, in our communities today, that people are not really happy with the way it is charged in South Sudan. And I felt this initiative is rolled outside here so that we can discuss issues and see solutions, how communities can go back to embrace the right thing, other than what making men and women to be victims of such initiative. So our big topic today is we are talking about bride price, and we would like to understand what is the concept of bride price in marriages. How is it? What is its relevant in our communities today? So I would like to ask Taban, please tell us, what is bride price?
Thank you so much for the question. Well, bride price can be defined in very many ways, but I want to pick a very simple understanding of the bride price according to my understanding. Bride price is just an initiative that is normally raised by the groom side to please the side of the bride family. It's an initiative that is to reward the family of the bride in regarding to how they have brought up their daughter. It's just an appreciation token to them, and this can be in many other forms. So we are talking about cash, we're talking about livestock, we're talking about commodities and other valuable goods. So all these are formed together and being paid to the family of the bride as an appreciation token to them. That's the simple understanding of what bride price means. Thank you.
To pick up from my brother Taban, at my own understanding, bride price is a token of appreciation that is always given to the family of a girl who is going to be married off to the other home. So it's basically in terms of money or in terms of commodities, the way he has put it. So when the families come together, they normally make sure that the family of the man who has shown interest in this girl, they are supposed to find something little, like money, to give to the family of the girl in order for them to take this girl off to their clan or to their community. That is what I understand about bride price. Thank you.
Yes, Agnes. I think you have at least hit the point. Yes, all community knows this is the appreciation. But the appreciation should not be demanded. It should be coming from the natural understanding of the community. But now the whole thing is now we are talking about it appears bride price become something that is demanding. But it should not be demanding. It should be something like you said, appreciation. From the bride side, they have to accept whatever the bride have come with it. It is appreciation to the family and to the community, because their daughter is going to have a new family.
Yes, so now we see, like, for today, people are not happy when they come to approach the girl's family. There's always that crying. We want to understand, what was it that was done initially at the beginning with our parents, with our grandparents, compared to it today? Because happily, our parents used to go for marriage without crying, but today it is a source of crying, it is a source of agony. We would like to understand, how was bride price at the beginning in the 8 years, let me just say.
Yes, Madam Stella. In the earliest, the community live in different ways of the customary laws. In fact, in some culture and some community, the only thing they accept, as one of our brother Elder Taban said, they bring arrow and a spear and some 3 goats, and then hoe and honey, and they work for that lady number of days, and that is all. Then they give off their daughter. But now we are slightly moving out of that. These commodity things, we are now not considering it. Even right now, your mother being married in earlier 1930s, they call you, the uncles call you, said now your mother, your father never paid us anything. But my father have paid arrow, cow, goaties. It's a marriage. It's a marriage. Is considered that time is a marriage.
So why is it transferred? Why is it then transferred on the children to pay that?
I think Brother Taban can.
Yeah, well, I think Pastor Nathan has clearly stated that. And the good question coming from Stella is that why has it been transferred on, the burden has been transferred to the daughters? I would say that this burden has been transferred that way because the family members have now looked at bride price as a source of income. They wanted to benefit, the family should benefit from that. So they have now moved the burden so that whenever somebody has come to take the hands of their daughter, they would want to ensure that they have benefited from that. And this is costing the family. At times, it's failing also the marriage at the same time. Because bride price is not supposed to be looked at it on that form. The way Pastor said, it's just an appreciation of token. Those years, people are using what they have just said. But of recent, because of money has been involved. It's now a source of an income for them. They want to ensure that they have even diverted from our local currencies. They are now using dollars. And you talked about thousands, millions of that. And sometimes when you see someone who doesn't have the money, then the first one stops the plan to marry your daughter because he doesn't have the money. So it has become a burden. And our daughters, our ladies, stays home without being married.
Yeah, let me connect on what Stella has just asked about how the difference between the bride price of during our parents' day, that generation of 90s and 80s, and this generation. Okay, well, there is a very great difference between how people used to pay bride price in 80s, 70s, and 60s, and the way they pay it right now. When you look at the context of South Sudan right now, or Africa generally, it has really completely changed. The level at which parents demand for bride price is becoming something else, okay? When you look at the older generation, they always demand for something that makes sense, okay? You will never see that family even get into a trouble that will even cause the lady come back home, okay? Just because they know they have given something reasonable as an appreciation, okay, that they put in mind that when this lady goes to that family, she needs to eat, she needs to be treated, the children need to be taken care of, they need to build their own home. So I think the thing that is killing us right now in this generation is greed, and we look at women as source of income, which is really killing a lot of women in their marriages, okay? I urge families of nowadays to at least called for a reasonable amount of money. We cannot cut off a bride price. It is not possible because it's something that is already there in our culture, but at least call for something reasonable, okay? Okay, connecting it to what she said, why are they always pushing paying bride price to the sons of these people after when they realize that the father had not paid money on their mother? This thing is common. Even at my family it happens. Like today my father is dead and he has not paid any bride price. Tomorrow they will make sure the son that is in this family will pay the bride price of the mother. That is totally wrong. According to me, it's wrong. Why they behave like that is because they know that in their mindset, they always feel that bride price is a source of income. If you don't feel like that, you will never go and attack a son who doesn't know anything, who doesn't know anything about how their mother and their father got married, to come and pay the bride price of your daughter. It is very wrong. Some of them reach the extent of even cursing this boy, okay? If you don't pay the bride price of your mother, you will not be this, you will not do this. Why should we behave like that? We shouldn't look at bride price as income, but we should look at bride price as something that is just given to you, an appreciation, to so that you manage to bring up a child in a good manner, you manage to take care of her, to school, her health, and a lot of things. But if we continue thinking that bride price is a source of income, this generation will never change, okay? We will always have issues.
There's one point I wanted to touch on that. Especially now, the person who is demanding, who has just transferred the burden on you, is your uncle. And you call him an uncle. And now he wants you to pay. Is it really genuine for you to recognize him as an uncle? Or you have become an in-law now to them? So in this case, for me, I would say now, I'm no longer an uncle to the family because I'm paying for my mother. Yeah. So I'm an in-law to them. I'm not an uncle. So I think this should be discouraged. Yeah. We don't really to encourage that the burden is transferred on the sons or the daughters.
Taban, the whole issue now, we are talking of this new generation. Yes. The marriage that we have been seeing in our early childhood is not like today. Now we are talking of bride price, and then the men who come to marry your daughter, and then only entering into your home, you demand letter. I don't know, this letter for what? I don't understand the meaning of giving letter with the money. That really need to be discouraged.
Probably is the letter charged on the ink that somebody is writing, or the paper, because maybe they are considering the cost of buying the paper and the ink. But then why is it that they have to charge people like 1.5 for just writing a letter and expressing interest? This is really very important for me to understand. Why would they charge that huge amount for just taking a paper and writing? Because one time I came across somebody who said, I'm going to use an email for my in-laws if letter is now the problem. So is the problem the letter, or what is the logic behind charging high money on the...
Madam, that one is totally out of context. Because the letter which goes to the in-laws, they consider it that money, 1.5, 1.1, is no refundable, cannot be counted to the marriage. Mm-hmm. What is that? That is completely cheating. And why is it cheating? So for us to look at the real context of the marriage
Community
today,
Connect.
Community
if we
Connect.
need-
Community
we need
Connect.
daughters
Community
to go to
Connect.
their home,
Community Connect.
to discourage that one. Your daughter, somebody desired your daughter, the person will come freely and write, if need a letter, write a letter freely, because you are not going to charge that anything about that. That is just information.
Okay,
Elder,
now if
I
letter,
think that's
if letter is 1.5, how much will the I wanted to say salary. I'm used to salary.
That's the point.
How much will the dowry be? Like serious? Why don't you, if you want, okay, that the money that is always put in the letter always comes from the side of the what? The guy, the boy,
Of the groom.
from the groom. They always put it to show these people that we are concerned of the person who is going to read the letter, and we respect you as our in-law, and we want to tell you that your child is with us. So we cannot bother your eyes to be reading something without giving something small. Like you don't put much, but these days if they put small, they will definitely return the letter back
That's not the
after confirming the money that is less. That is why you find that these boys panic. They fear that maybe they will go and reject and come and take their daughter away. So this boy will struggle to look for a huge amount of money just to keep the wife with him. You see this mess. So everything is in our brain. Our mindset is killing us that a girl is a source of wealth, source of income. It's really killing us. Forgetting that this girl will go to that marriage and will need to eat food. Which money will she use? Will they use to build their family? Why can't you look at that? Like seriously, as parents, it is really killing us women. So many. We are going to look into that. There is a session that will be coming. I will talk more about.
I wish you can just hint on it, because the next thing I want to ask you about it is that how does it affect the girls and the women? I want us to first exhaust girls and women. How are they affected with this high charge or bride price?
Okay, thank you so much, Stella. As I said in the beginning, I work with women and girls, and I'm a gender person. I am very sensitive when it comes to things to do with women. It is natural in me, and I also acquired it through education. Okay, so you see, women go through a lot. A statistics was taken, basically in South Sudan, that 95% of women in their marriages across South Sudan undergo violence, domestic violence, because of the higher bride price. So bride price is one factor that contributes to the suffering of women in their marriages. Are we together? Yes. Okay. Once you charge a man a lot of money, just know this marriage is not going to be. It is not going to be well. It is not going to last, whether you like it or not. This man is already traumatized. Okay, because taking care of a family alone is something else. It's something else. So women go through domestic violence. They die in their marriages. You find that a woman realizes that the parents took a lot of money from the husband. This woman will not make an attempt of even leaving this marriage, because she knows there is something that happened behind her. A lot of money is taken. How will she start going? Even if she's going through a lot of harassment, beatings.
You mean the girl becomes stigma?
Yeah, she will be stigmatized,
Yeah.
okay, in her marriage. She cannot move, even if the man is not good, okay? There are a lot of things that happen in marriage. For example, these are simple things. The cheating, the lack of money, like poverty. These are things we can endure in our marriages. But there are other things that you cannot endure in marriage. Like a man will beat you off, cane you, does not allow you to do even work, go for work, okay? Your teeth is taken off from your mouth. And then you know very well you're going through a lot of torture. But because you know a lot of money is poured behind you and your parents cannot refund, you will suffer there until they will kill you. Many marriages end up with women in their in the coffin. Okay? Women die in their marriages.
I really want to add something on that. It's very interesting. You see, even from the side of the groom, after being charged highly like that, now the lady or the wife becomes like an investment plan for him. So that is his investment plan. So The moment there's misbehavior from the woman, just the way you have said, he treats the wife badly. Yeah. And not only that, the guy has struggled to mobilize the money to get them married. And it has been all taken away from them. And the family, I don't know, how are they looking at that? How are they going to set up their families? How are they going to continue with the existing together? Because everything is paid to the family of the bride, and now they're going to start their life. They don't have money. It becomes a stress to the man. You know, in our culture, African culture, the man is responsible for taking care of the family. So if he doesn't have anything like that, the man has been taken on top of that. There's a small misunderstanding between them. Then he remembers how much he has paid over the wife, and it creates violence at home. Yeah.
Actually, so that's what they go through. They go a lot. They go through a lot in their marriages just because of that money.
Let me add you only one point.
Yeah, you add.
I thank the elder for that. You see, when you give your daughter with the high price being paid on her, she went to the house of the husband with the mind that my parents do not value me. The value I have in my father's house has been paid off. So if I got my job and I'm doing my own work, I will not consider my father very important. I will start now considering the place where I am going very important. Exactly. This is one of the areas today you see when our parents are crying. My daughter went to the husband, she never come back to support us, and they are not visiting us because she went with the pain in her heart.
Yes, exactly. And when you decide to call for that big amount of money, some men, naturally they'll put in their mind that they have already bought this woman. Yes. That is already their property. Yeah. Okay, so once I buy something from the market, it becomes my own. Your property. So I have the right to kick, to slap, to box. I have the right to do everything. Like I own her. I can do anything. To make her cry, to make her laugh is not my business. You see? So we should stop that mentality of thinking that when I put a lot of money to give off my child, I will build an amara, I will become a businessman, I will become rich. Put in your mind the effects that will come, the long-term effects that will turn around to this girl of yours. Which one is better? Your woman, your daughter going for marriage and enjoying her marriage happily, and then the daughter that goes, you enjoy her bride price and she goes there to suffer. Which one is better? And which one is better for your child to come back home in a coffin than a child who comes back on her feet? Because a man who has not paid bride price, just know the woman has the right to leave this marriage every time. Even if she's going through a lot, she will say, after all, you did not do anything to my family members. I can quit. Okay? So it's better for her to come back home alive than coming back home in a coffin. Because she died because she knows that you have eaten money behind her and you cannot pay. Okay? So we should leave that mentality. Thank you so much, Stella.
And again, just to add a little bit on that, you see, these are also some of the impacts that we parents normally realize after putting up a very high bride price. The guy doesn't have the money to come, your daughter is left at home, and what happens?
Probably the child.
Yes, sometimes she ends up marrying somebody who is not really of her choice, because you people want money, and he goes to marry somebody who has money. And the love is not there. So they don't continue. They don't set up a good family. So that is the problem that is affecting us, the way Agnes has said. We really need to...
Thank you so much. On these things of bride price, I would like to understand one thing. So like these ladies who are really educated, they have gone to school. Yeah? There's a way a certain amount is put to pay for their school fees off. So now, does it mean that when this man clears these school fees, if this woman is working, does he control the salaries of these ladies?
No.
Agnes, that is a very important point.
It's a very technical question, actually, but the answer is there. I will answer. Let me, Pastor, you first answer.
Let me just put in this way, with my little knowledge. when you send your daughter to the school, you are educating her to the entire world, not for you. Like what they said, educating a woman, educating the entire world. Educating a man, you're educating only one single person, because the man only become greedy for himself. Yes. But this your daughter going to give a lot of support to the entire country, including you. Why do you demand her school fees to be paid to you? Tomorrow she will become a doctor, and one day you become sick. Your daughter will run quickly and treat you. And
So
now you have
as
paid.
a boy, I put myself as a man who is paying for these school fees. Then I have cleared your school fees. That means that your money must come to me in the pocket.
No.
Yes.
Stella, no.
Let me answer this. Okay, Stella is asking if I clear your high dowry
Including
and
school fees.
school fees, and I am a working class woman. Am I supposed to give my salary to my husband to control? Hey, Stella, that is a big no. Hey, that is a big no, by the way.
But I hate.
No. That is how. That is not the way it is supposed to be. But you know, there is something called consent and understanding of the way you understand yourselves with your partner, the way you discuss. If you people came to a mutual understanding that if once I get my salary, I hand it over to my husband, we have no problem. But that is not the way it is supposed to be. Your husband is working, you're working. You can join hands together to take care of your family, but there is no need for you to be handing over your salary to your husband, because your plans that you have for your life might not match his. Maybe the plans for your family is something that you can do together, but you cannot hand over your money to your husband.
Your father.
Let me add something. You see, the problem is this. Stella, you're right. This is what is happening. And all these consequences are coming because of the high bride price being placed on the daughter. So the man feel like, now I have paid all these lots, now I have owned her, with whatever benefits that is coming to come out from her, they belong to me. I know some people could be thinking that way, which is not right. Absolutely, it is not right. I want to say that this agreement is totally between the two. Yes. The husband and the wife. If they have agreed that we need to join an account and we contribute into that pool, well and good. But it is not right for the man to have control on what the lady is getting. Yes. Yes.
If they were asking, the parents of the lady is asking for the school fees, why they don't even add the feeding? Then they have fed the daughter for the years, maybe 25 years or 30 years. The husband has to pay all the feeding.
I think the feeding comes in the dowry. Huh? The feeding comes in the dowry. Yes.
Dowry
is
everything. The cost of bringing up the daughter, the school fees, the feeding, and all these things. That's why it is very high. But
abomination. Abomination. Because my daughter, I cannot charge the husband to pay me off because I feed my daughter and I pay the school fees for my daughter. That is my responsibility. I need to do that.
And by the way, parents forget that when this girl gets married, she will still give you money in the family as their family. So now what is the logic here of charging somebody very high, knowing that this girl will still come back home to support? That is the truth. There is no logic.
No, this is what people are saying. They prefer educating the daughters, the girls. Because you know what the girls does? After going even to the husband, she will still come back. She sends things and she's sending things back. It's only the boys who know what.
For example, when the in-laws get sick or something happens, God forbid, I don't wish that, they will still call this in-law, buy coffin, buy this, bring this, and yet you forgot that you ask a lot of money. Oh my God. You see the way we are killing our communities. It's us, the human beings, that really does nonsense. Okay? So you have forgotten that at some point you will need these people to come and support you in the family here. Okay? to show that this man is a responsible man, he will definitely come one day and support in terms of many things in the family. Now you see?
And these are the reasons why whenever in-laws, there are problems at the home, and you called your son-in-law to come, they don't come. Because they will just say, thinking that I have already paid everything. So why do you want me again to go and yeah.
Exactly. Having looked at the girls, this is the side of the ladies. We are exhausting the youths, how it affects the youth. Now we want to look at how does it affect the young man who would like to get married. You're expressing your interest to marry, and you get what? A setback. What is the effect of bride price on the side of the youths? Let us talk about it.
Yeah.
Side of the men.
Let me pick this one up. I think this is impacting the youth in very many ways, where they are involved into crime.
Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Community Connect.
Still maybe involved into dubious kind of businesses. So at the end of the day, he doesn't even marry the lady. He died maybe at the cost of the process of trying to get the money. So that's the impact on these guys. And again, you find that people don't also marry in the right way. That's why at times, if they found that it is difficult to get the money, they go and in the wrong way impregnate the girl. Yeah.
But let me, Madam, what should be okay, when we look to the side effect of this kind of scenario, what will be the age of our daughters to get married and our boys to get married?
That's 18 and above.
18?
Okay, when you look at the South Sudan Constitution amended in 2011, there is no exact age that says a girl can be married off. And this is one thing we are advocating for as women's rights activists, to see that the government worked on that. They should put a specific number of age to allow us defend the rights of girls who are always pushed for early marriage. We don't have in the constitution, the one was amended in 2011, we don't have any age that tells that a girl can get married. So we are working hard to at least put 18.
18?
18, yes. And the 18 should be of consent. 18 years, a girl should be the one to accept that I want to marry now. We shouldn't force girls for early marriage, okay? Looking at your point that you say the effects of this higher bride price on these boys, these men are suffering, I'm telling you, silently. And men has this behavior of keeping quiet. Yes. You know, naturally they feel, when I complain a lot, they may think I'm not a man. Exactly. And they're dying, by the way, they're dying, okay? Many men are unable to get married because of a higher bride price. Many men, the same point he said, yes, you enter into crimes, okay? Many men lost their lives because of insults from women. After pregnating a woman, giving birth to 2 kids or 3 kids, you will start insulting you. What have you given even to my parents? What have you done this? What have you done this? At the end of the day, this man goes. And also, by the way, it has also impacted the lives of these boys to work hard. By the way, there is positive also. It is there also, which is good. It should push them to work hard, but even if they work hard, they should not charge them a lot. So at somewhere, somehow, it is somehow good. So, yeah, so that they will work hard. But I am not encouraging people to be charging them a lot. It's really very bad. It affects the girl at some time.
But Agnes,
but don't you also think that now somebody may think that if this is the case, I cannot get this kind of money, then why? I'm not getting married.
That is why you see these days women are running. So many ladies are running up and down, no marriage. There are few marriages that goes officially. Yes. If you find a lady who understands you, through the window, we jam. And then when you jam, it brings a lot of curses, a lot of problems, okay? Exactly. So you find that many men decides to stay alone as if they are abnormal. Yeah, they are not abnormal. The abnormality was brought to them by the higher bride price.
Made by men.
Made by our culture. You see? So
you cannot shoot. Huh? You cannot shoot.
Now you see?
You shoot.
Sometimes you shoot, you run away. You shoot, you disappear.
Yes.
From Juba, you run to Yambio.
Yambio. For sure.
From Yambio, you shoot, you run
run.
to Yei. Like you will be producing on air.
Yes.
Your children are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Eh? Or you will produce tomorrow. The woman goes back to their home. Your child grows from the uncle's side, which is very bad.
But Agnes,
Huh?
this kind of life, it affects the girls. Because once a girl have one child, bear one child, I don't think that any one of these boys will decide to marry her. Because they don't want a girl who come with their family with one child.
So
They said, how can I start my family with one child, which is not belonging to me?
So you mean if a girl has
And the
ever
girl
married,
become,
she cannot marry again because she has children?
Yeah, many girls hide the children.
Those are girls who are not okay in mind. By the way, if you have a child, tell the man point blank, I have a child, my marriage got broken because of ABCD. If you are willing to take me. There's no need to hide a child.
Let's just focus on that. Now this is a girl that has also been married before, produced with someone. Now when we come back to the point of the writing of letters, and then the person may be saying, I have educated this person, maybe for the first husband, he was charged for the school fees and the rest of the things. The second husband, the same thing, school fees and the rest of the things. So where are we going?
This is where the mess is. You cannot give out your child, your daughter twice, like paying. Okay, if you want the other man to also pay dowry, please know that this lady has ever gotten married. You maximize, reduce. So that just to tell that man that you're taking my child to go and do for you homework, giving you birth, giving you children. Just for that, why should you call for school fees twice? Did you take this girl to how do I say even to two schools? Like after graduating again, she went back from P1 up to university. It makes no sense.
You took her back to school again?
So it makes no sense. You see, we are the one initiating these things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for exhausting this. So let us generalize now. How does it affect our communities? That is in terms of the fathers of these women, I mean of these girls, the fathers of these boys, the families at large. How does bride price affect them?
Mama Stella, in fact, this involves the church. The teaching need to be coming from the church side. Because this is now multiplication of immorality. Our boys become immoral, weak. They cannot really resist the situation they were living now. They only, as Mama Agnes said, they only come and shoot and run. And go and shoot and run. Pregnating girls and pregnating, that is immorality. It is affecting the community. The children are being born without father. And the problem rests upon the parents of the girl. And foolishly, the father of the girl say, oh, okay, let this child be mine. How long you are going to live in this world? Huh? The mother say, okay, I have no any children. This is mine. Bring them here. How long you are going to be in this world? This is wrong. If the girl have a child, call the boy, say this is your wife.
Okay.
Take care of your children.
Stella, because our communities or our parents are so demanding, this comes back to our communities. Our communities are facing a lot of things. For example, we have a lot of single mothers around, okay? And then also, spiritually, we have a lot of curses around. Like, women are crying day and night, okay? Praying for something bad to happen to that person who has hurted them. You can imagine. And that one is giving us a lot of headache, like a lot of mess. Even there are single fathers. You are a single father because you are not able to
Raise the children.
to raise or to give the money, the bride price that you want. In most cases, is on the women, because the women will always go back with the children because they are still young. So you see how bride price is affecting us, okay? Yala, we have seen a lot of, how do you call them? Lobilong in bigake tir kalamta, like Lobilong is someone who is alone, no wife. Huh? You are alone just because you are not able. Bachelors, this is the name here. I was looking
Senior
for this.
bachelors.
Senior bachelors. We have a lot of them, and then we have, because of this bride price thing, we have now a lot of men who lie to women like nothing, just to get their bodies after getting what they want, and they are not able to pay bride price. They will run. That's why I said they will keep shooting. So we have a lot of children who were shot, a lot around the country. So to regulate that, we need to work on this issue of bride price. And this should go to our parents. Parents who demand a lot of money, please regulate your mouth and call something reasonable, because at the end of the day, it is destroying our communities. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I want just to also talk about the betrayal part of that. You know, when this happens in the community, the way Agnes has said, there's that hatred in the hearts of between the families. So the other family looks at the other one as if they are enemies. And also you find out that either it is the boy, either it is the man who betrays the person who is blocking this. And you see there's a lot of death that comes out of that. And again, you find that the way Agnes has said, I like the way she said, Lobilong, the bachelors. We have a lot of people now. People remains at home. Huh? And then you see the financial burden of that. You have your daughter at home. She produces at home. It affects the feeding of the family. So we shouldn't be encouraging our daughters or placing a high price on them so that they remain at home. They produce at home. It's a burden to you. You need to feed her. You need to feed her children. All this becomes an impact. You cannot even, you don't have development. You don't think about development because your money goes all after this.
Thank you. So viewers, rounding up with this, we want to look at solutions. We've been seeing how it had been negatively affecting us, and more is there, only the time is very limited for us. But we are going to now look at it. How are we going to regulate this? Listen to us properly. We are crying, men are crying, boys are crying, the whole society is crying. Those poor ones, those ones who cannot afford. So here we are going to talk about the solutions, and you can take the good one and leave the bad one out of it. So what are the solutions? What are the things that we suggest for the communities to do?
Yes. We are trying to look for a solution. The first advocate that we need to do is really discourage keeping our daughters at home and also placing on them high prices. And the way he has said, if there's a way we can have in any community gathering, we need to give this education to the public that we don't need to look at our daughters a way of an investment. It's not really totally good. It's not helping us. We need to rethink and come up with a very good strategy of seeing how much should we be asking. Huh? So how much should we be asking? And if at all the government has a policy of influencing this, like talking to the community, our constituents, if there's anything like that, where we can have a threshold of how to be asking for the dowries and the bride price, it will be good. If people can be talking about these kind of things, it can help, it motivates, it encourages, it builds the relationship between the groom and the bride. So we need to be talking about this kind of issues that are really building up on the basis of charging high bride prices.
Thank you so much, Stella. On the solutions, I think it's just the opposite of what we just said, what people are going through. I think one thing the communities who live in need to know is they need to regulate calling higher bride price. They should reduce at least. Call for something reasonable that you put in mind, knowing that one day, not even one day, my daughter is going for marriage, not that she's going there forever. She's going to get back home to help. Even the husband will be coming to help. There are a lot of things that happen in our social life that needs the support of your in-laws. So why would you call for a lot of money to destroying that relationship that you have in between you? Because me, myself, if I'm a man, you call for a lot of money, just know I will not give much support to you again, because I know you've pulled all my money. Secondly, family members should stop looking at girls young girls, especially young girls who are supposed to be in school as bride price, as source of wealth. It is really destroying our country. Okay, we need to put girls in school. Okay, today if you take your girl to school, she'll become a person that will support you tomorrow. She will get for you the money that you want, even the cows that you want, even the house that you want. A certificate and is better than going for early marriage and giving birth to hundreds of children that she cannot take care of. Okay, so we should not look at girls as source of wealth. Okay, that is it. So to also these men who always agree, who always accept to take the money, billions of money you are asked, instead of saying what we have is this, you want to show them that you are a man so that they will not laugh at you. Just know you are destroying this community, this country, much more. So do what you are capable of doing as a man. Don't stress yourself on giving money that you don't have. Tell them point blank, my in-laws, what we have is this. If they don't want their daughter, my dear, God will open for you a way somewhere. You get a woman who will get married with that money you have. You don't need to kill yourself. The more you listen to them and take the money they want, tomorrow they will do it to another person. And this will continue, and we will never regulate it. This is my views that I can give on solutions.
You see, now we are talking here, we need a positive to replace the negative. And when we look at the negative, it is more dominating to the community. How do we bring this community out of this negative part of the life?
Okay.
Because these our daughters, as Elder Taban said, is not a source of income.
Yes. Correct.
It's not source of income. Let this be discouraged in the mind of the community.
And also, I think your point is very clear. Stella, I just want to put this solution that we should not end here with this program. We need to also move into the grassroots. I know this one will go online, but we need to go physically to the communities to talk to people around the communities, or we can go to the radio station because most communities listen to radios. Okay, this one is good. It's going to go on the internet, but there are women and men who are at the grassroots who are not seeing these things. Are we together? So I encourage you, the connect, how do we call it? Connect community connect. We should go deep into the community and talked there. And we should not only rely around Juba. I know God will make a way one day. We will go to the states and talk about this. Okay? And also encourage the church to talk about this, by the way. The church always brings a very big number of people together. They can use that privilege to talk about these things. They are important. Even we can go to schools. Okay? We can go to schools and talk about this. It will work out. Small. Eh? And also one day we should gather these men and tell them that not every money that they ask from you, you are supposed to give. Give what you can. Don't kill yourself. Just telling them that I'm a man. You want to show them that I'm a man and you're dying.
Yes.
It's not easy.
Madam Agnes, our community, as a parents, God give us these children. Let us educate them. And when they reach to the maturity and they need to be independent, let us support them.
Yes.
If your daughter is above 18, talk to her to behave well. I'm not giving you any support, but I want to see that you have a family. And if the daughter brought somebody in the house, don't discourage.
Exactly.
Allow her to do her rights.
Yes, exactly.
And then you ask her, as a parent, what do you want us to do for you? If the husband is so poor, coming from the poor family, let us gather resources and build a house for my daughter. Huh? That is true. You see, some of the cultures, we come out of it. Best culture is the Arabic culture. They will never give their daughter to go and sleep on the roadside. Exactly. They build a house and then they said, okay, husband, take your wife. It's not something which is against the life. It is good to build up your family, your daughter, in the house where she will be happy. Let us begin that thinking in our mind.
And also the issue of you saying that we should support our girls to choose what they want is also a good solution. You know, when a girl brings home a man of her choice, you're not supposed to say, we need somebody from this level, from this rich family. That way it discourages men, by the way, okay? And it increases the rate of immorality, okay? At the end of the day, you will come and realize that this girl has gotten pregnant just because she wants this man and you don't want to allow her to go for this. So how much poor or low class man comes into the life of your girl, as long as the love is there, a family is all about love. There is nothing about bride price there. If the love is there, whether the bride price is there or not, this family will go on. But if there is bride price and there is no love, you give your child to somebody who is very rich and there is no love, there is not that love connection between them, they will not stay. At the end of the day, the lady will be the one to suffer. Yes, I think that is a good solution.
All right, because we are winding up our program, I would respect all my guests. Just say one word for the conclusion part, just one word and everything, so that we end the program.
Thank you very much, Madam Stella, for this opportunity. For me personally, I want to thank you very much on that, and also Community Connect for this initiative. My one word to the listeners is that this is just the starting point of this. We really need to turn our community into living and also behaving very well with our daughters, and we need to discourage some of these things that we have already identified are the root causes of the high bride prices that we are putting on our daughters. Let us have a mind of change so that we lay a good foundation for our children to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Stella, for this initiative, community initiative. I appreciate all our communities in South Sudan. Some of our community customer culture are not bad, they are good, but they were being abused. So we need to rectify them and bring them to the standard of how to respect our daughters. The culture is good. Customer way of marriage is good. But now they bring some other cultures which is not really good. Demanding, that is the only things we appeal to our community to remove demanding, to remove some negative feeling to their daughters, that when their daughters made a choice, they go against it. But I do appeal from today to our community people, leaders, church leaders, government, to support our daughters. The little they have, let us support them in love and care.
Thank you so much. I am grateful that I was part of this discussion, and to Community Connect, I will always be available when you need me, okay? Because I always feel happy when I give out to the community. I feel very happy when I talk to people and change the way they think, the way they behave, just to see a sustainable South Sudan. I'm a child of this land, and everything that requires my effort to change the narrative of South Sudan, I will always be available, even at no cost. So please call me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my guests. I really appreciate your time that you've taken for this program. This is the beginning of Community Connect, and we are going to bring more issues that affect us in our societies. I would say the next program we are going to talk about disabilities and how to include these disabled people in our programming, because they say disability is not inability. So if you've ever lived with somebody disabled, how do we get the best out of them? That will be in the next session. But to my viewers, everyone who is in the program, who is seeing us now, if you really want this topic of bride price to be repeated again with our guests here and you find it very interesting, go to our comment section. Please, you can find us on Community Connect Facebook page. We are also on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You are going to find all interesting programs that we'll be posting there. And I thank you so much for your time that you've taken with us. Until then, thank you and bye.